What's up, everybody? Well, I got another FIREBAT mini PC gameplay video for you guys today. And today, we're checking out Persona 5 The Phantom Menace. And so far, it's been running quite well on everything. It can't get 60 plus on high 1080p on anything yet, or just on the Steam Deck stock 720p, but it was still very, very playable at 900p medium settings on the Ally and on all low on the Steam Deck, which I don't think you would have to have it all low. I just kind of did that, so it's not like 42 different things we could try. Because, I mean, sky's the limit. We could make like a 2-hour-long video just on the Steam Deck if we tried every single combination of settings we could. So, there has to be a limit somewhere, so that's why I chose to do what I do, unless somebody requests otherwise. But I think that's pretty much good for the intro. Let's waste no more time, and let's get to the game. Well, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. Most of the time, OpenGL, I don't think OpenGL's ever worked with this, so yeah, all we get is the black screen, so might as well just close that so it doesn't take up any RAM in the background, and we'll go through the settings here. So we're gonna try 1080p on high first, and at least I have a real mouse this time, so it makes this way easier. And I can use the controller to move around and play. Alright, same settings basically as the Allies. But alright, what do you say we get into the game? Alright, we'll just do what we did on all the rest of the stuff. Everybody's all scared. I'm not gonna lie, at this point when I first played this for the first time on the Steam Deck, I was sitting here like, wow, this all seems familiar. Like, are we just replaying Persona 5 again? But, nope, not quite. They pull a fast one on me. Yeah, well, so far this is looking pretty damn similar to the Allies, in fact, quite a bit worse, actually. But it usually does a little worse than them, so I wasn't expecting this to be playable. Though it's barely playable on the Allies, so as usual, 1080p is a no-go on here, at least if you want everything on high, and if you don't care about graphics, why even play on the highest resolution anyway? You might as well just tone it down to 720p and get better FPS. If you're gonna go all low anyway. At least these are like passable in the frame rate department. It's not great performance, but at least it would be playable. It's still very stuttery though. Nothing seemed to like high very much. I think it's just because we're trying too hard. The system can't handle it. But hopefully it'll be able to handle 900p and not require you to use 720p low like most everything else, but time will tell. We'll get there. It is Kitty. She has come to visit. Well, it's 4:20. What a perfect time. I don't have to set the controller down and just waste your guys' time. Just hit the bowl real quick. Man. The people that make the Persona games have always been really, really good at the openings. Catchy music, flashy, colorful. I, for one, kind of like the dancing around. A lot of people will say, "Oh man, the dancing is gay." And I was like, no, it's not. And that's coming from one of like most straightest dudes ever. Shit, if I could dance, I would. I am unfortunately fallen into the classic white trope of not being able to dance. But I can jump slightly high, though. Nothing like the basketball players, the professionals. I wished. I wanted to be good at basketball in high school, but they told me I'm too short. Get the fuck out. But alright. I think at this point, we shall go ahead and tone it down to 900p medium. Alright, so now we're going to drop it down to 900p medium settings. The only thing I'm not going to turn down is that, because it only has low and high, so I figure we'll save that and leave it on high until we get to the low setting, as well as turn off all this stuff there too. But alright, I think that's probably good enough. Why don't we get ourselves back into the game? Alright, now let's get ourselves some 900p medium gameplay here. I decided to actually use my name I usually use in these games. Good old Vicious Blank. And since I have a real keyboard, I decided, alright, now I'll actually type it in. I did not want to have to type on the virtual keyboard anymore than I have to. It'd be one thing if I could just use my fingers, but when I have it hooked up to the capture computer, I have to use like a console and use like the little thumbstick to move around. Now I like doing that. That's no fun at all. Nope, nope. Nope on a hope. Seaweed. Uh-oh, we're tripping again, aren't we? Yep, definitely tripping out. I told you shouldn't have taken that acid. But he wouldn't listen to me, and now he's going to face the consequences. Oh hey, what's up, Igor? I always thought this guy was fun. Ah, and then they got us a different assistant this time around. Usually in the other Persona 5 game anyway, it was, I believe, two little chicks. I can't remember their names, though. It's been too long. I've played way too many games to remember that kind of details about most side characters. Fish.
Oh, so
good. There is sound during this too. During this part, most of the time I was deaf, so I couldn't hear.
メロペである。よろしくお願い申し上げておく。
ここは夢と現実、精神と物質の狭間にある場所。君は何らかの形で But
I can't pick that as a choice.
客人として訪れている。
Ha, it's funny. I can't choose that choice.
そうだよ。君自身の無自覚とは。なるほど。この部屋のありようを見ればそれも合点がいくね。
例えるなら心の海に開いた海底トンネルと。
だが君は自らの意志で知りたいとかような世界の人間でありながらだ。今はそれでよしとしよう。それではこたびはこの辺りで無欲は時
We don't want that. No,
君
no,
が
no.
君自身を
かような世界にあなた様のようなものがあるゆえの主からの忠告心得ていただきたい。
お引き止めして悪かっ
Get off me, random hair.
た。それでは
どうしたの？急にぼーっとして。進路のところチェックつけてないけど。
新井さん、どうかした？
あ、片山先生。
チェックついてない子は今回は特に
Yep, nope, not gonna do nothing. Just gonna play video games all the time. Funny enough, that's what I do. But I doubt this kid has my kind of money to do that, so
じゃあ、
yeah.
ホームルーム終わり
And
ま
I
す。
never thought I was gonna be able to do this, so I'm extraordinarily happy.
あ、そうだ。最近また例の被害に遭う人増えてるみたいで、泣き寝入りしかできないって
So
言って
yeah,
ましたし。
I think even this thing at 900p might drop under 60 in some parts of the game. Just putting that out there. It might not during my recordings, but that doesn't mean it'll stay above it all the time, seeing as though we already got into the 60s right there. But if it does, it'll probably be like 57, 58 kind of stuff, not like, oh, we're gonna drop down to 20.
じゃあ、今日は終わります。
Dismissed. Mission start. And A, non-applicable. Alright. No. Can't say that's a problem with me. That's a problem with you. You should probably talk to somebody about that. To the hallway we go.
あ、またアップされてる。謎の液体かけてくる迷惑男。だってさ、動画もガチじゃん。もう誰かがマガ通信に送ってるみたい。マガつかみのファントム認定出るかもね。
Probably. That seems like pretty menacing behavior.
てか、こういうの事件になんないの？警察わかんないけど、無理なんじゃない？ファントムに会ったら仕方ないって諦めるしかないっしょ。
Yeah, see, look, like right there, we dropped down to 56, 57, and we don't have OBS to blame. So if you want 60 plus on this, like on the Steam Deck, you're gonna probably have to just have everything be on low. Or a mixture, or use FSR, dynamic resolution, something like that. There are options here. Just way too many for me to test and not make each video I do on this game an hour long. And some games I do still get to an hour long. She must be some kind of celebrity. Everybody's like super happy that he can talk.
マジ漫画っしょ。
Because she's loaded.
まったく。
Yeah. It's not really fun when people want to use you for just your money and looks and all that shit.
大丈夫だった？ 通れなくて困っているよう
And
な
then you
もの
have
だ
to
から
be all like proper and be the student council president. Lifesaver. You can drink that,
否
Misty.
定は
That's
い
your
らない
water.
わ。
What'd you see?
私は風紀委員の役割を果たしただけ。
You got some birds out there, you
利
know.
己的とでも言うのかしら。周りの迷惑を考えない子。
What's vibrating? Do we have a package or something? Although I feel like we saw the. Well, I guess I can't really see the circle of the driveway. I thought I saw the delivery truck, or
自
at least
分で声を
heard
か
it.
ける
But
選択を忘れない方
the
がいいと思
apartment
う。
up here is pretty damn soundproofed.
人
There
に
has to be huge claps of thunder, or it has to literally monsoon for me to even hear rain.
ごめんなさい。
Now things that vibrate, on the other hand, like mowers and stuff, I can hear the vibrations, but not really the mower.
私はこれで。
Unless it's like right out my window, of course, then I can. But all right, down we go. But yeah, I still think a lot of people would be fine with this kind of
本
performance.
当にあいつなのか。
なんだあれ。屋上に。
ただもしかして。
ああ。
まあけどあの高さなら助かるんじゃね。
でも気持ちわかる。生きててもいいことないし。
つが動画撮っときやがった。
取られていながらもおの見つけたぞ。
All right, though, let's move on to 720p, shall we? So last up here, we can do ourselves a little 720p with everything on low. And this should stay above 60 at all times, I would reckon. Oh. See, I almost messed up. Glad I noticed that. Could have sworn I told it to do low there. But sometimes I mess up, but at least I caught my mistake this time. So, let's get into the game, shall we? Go. Let's do 720p now.
無作為の侵入にしてはいよく見ると悪くない面構えじゃない。意識は混同してないようだな。知りたいという欲望を抱きつつあるいい兆候だ。それでこそ会いに来た甲斐がある。お前の名前は知っている。わしのことはルフェルと呼んでいる。
Yeah, obviously it doesn't look very good now, especially on a big screen like this. But still, more than playable, and it looks better than a lot of games do, since it was just kind of like an anime-esque kind of game. But it's definitely pretty alias now. That's one of the first things I noticed going down in the lower settings.
おかしい。人間の自己紹介としては完璧だ。まあいい。お前もまだ困惑ただ。今は時間も限られている。端的に説明するぞ。ここはお前の知る現実の世界ではなく別空間の異世界だ。人々の集合的無意識、要は大衆の心の世界。 といえば伝わるか？今現実世界ではさまざまな欲望が失われつつあり、この世界がまがまがしまさにお前が今抱いている知りたいという欲望もそうだが、それらも全て気づかぬうちに誰かに取られているとしたら、信じる信じないは任せる。だがお前も例外なく取られているぞ。これからその脱却の手引きをどうやら感づかれたらしい。まずは脱出を優先する。あとは進みながら説明させてもらう。いいからついてこい。進むぞ。こちらだ。
This thing actually handled those stairs a little better than some of the other systems.
現実世界では人
Still
々
there,
の
though.
欲望が奪われつつある。お前も感じたことはないか？誰かのせいで仕方ないと諦めたり、自らの思考欲望と聞けばマイナス面を想起しがちだが、つまりは生きる原動力でもある。それを放棄したり、あるいは誰かに奪われ続けたりすればどうなるか。お前も見ただろう。希望さえ抱けなくなった者が身を投げた姿。もちろん今すぐに世界が終わるなどという話ではない。だがそれは徐々に確実に、そして欲望が搾取されている原因はやはり立ちふさがるか。シャドウだよ。わかりやすく言えば敵だ。わしらを殺しに来て。奴らに善悪はない。欲望のまま人間を襲う。だがまだ本来の姿ではないな。現実の何者かの強い影響を受けている。駅の周辺で欲望が枯渇していたのもこいつか。ああ、人間が欲望を奪われている原因の一つだ。とにかく見えてないってことともともと備わっていないこととは別物だ。
今のお前は本来のお前ではないとしたら、
あなたも
自分で声をかける選択を忘れない方がいいと思うわよ。
お前には取られているものがある。それは本来お前のためだけにあったもの。
無欲は時に君が君自身を放棄することにもなりうる。
自己を偽り忘却し己が意志を捨て続ける。今のお前は自身がどう見えている？どうする？ここで物語の結末を迎えるというのなら、それもまたお前の選択。今一度お前に問おう。取られた側のまま未来すら手放し命をも捨てる。その選択で良いのだな。その選択を聞きたかったのだ。
お前。
己の意志で無欲と決別してみせてくれ。選択したのであればつかめるはずだ。恐れるな。誰に何を言われようと見えているなら掴み取ればいい。
まさか。
よもや今日という日を迎えられようとはな。我が名はヤノシーク。その魅力で荒ぶる欲望を滑る者。今より我らはこのベルトさながらに固く結ばれることに。さあ契約だ。我は何時？
目に物見せてやれ。その姿は聞くまでもないが。さっきあの姿は芸騎士見たくなければ武器だ。その手にある武器で敵を切り刻め。
いただいていく。全てを奪い返す。
終わったな。順を追って手ほどきしてやるつもりだったが、まさか自分でペルソナを覚醒させるとは。お前の力にも呼び名があるのなら、ペルソナとはもう一人の自分。搾取され続けるこの世界で誰もやはりわしの見立てに狂いはなかった。もうお前は取られている側ではない。先を急ぐぞ。ここはまだメメントスだ。 いつシャドウに襲われてもおかしくない場所だ。いろいろと聞きたいことがあるだろうが、今は脱出が先だ。わしもここで察しがよく。お前走れるな。今の戦闘で他の
Alright though, I'd say this is probably a great time to wrap up. Well, alright guys, that's a wrap. Persona 5 Phantom on the FIREBAT mini PC, and it can't quite stay at 60 even on 900p medium like the Allies could. Although, truth be told, who knows, maybe those would drop under 60 in some parts too. I didn't see it happen, but at least at 720p and low, it was playable the whole time. So that means there's definitely some way you could sit there and probably have some medium settings, maybe even a couple things on high. All you want 60. Like maybe you could do 720p and a couple things on high instead of turning everything down to low. That's just how I do stuff, because I feel like most people that want low want everything, want the most FPS, but not necessarily. Anyway though, that is all for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out guys.